nigga ready.
All right, man. So that was a freestyle from Holy Zeus. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely got a special guest in the building, man. Hey, man. Every time, you come to the
You can't come back, bro.
Man, you got a band, fam.
Oh shit! Listen, man. We got my dog Mac in the building, man. He you know what I'm saying? He really well versed in kinesiology and nutrition.
Yeah.
And so you know what I'm saying? What's going on, bro?
What's good, man? Good to be here, man. Good
Awesome.
to be
Great
amongst good people. You heard me?
Yeah, I'm ready to learn, man. I've been, you know what I'm saying? Groovy Lou put me on your IG page, bro.
Yeah.
And I seen the when you soak the almonds, bro. I'm like, damn, I've been eating almonds for like 32 years.
Man, that's crazy, man. You know, because they don't tell us how to prepare our food.
Yeah.
You know, that was one of the whole things with Dr. Sabi and a lot of our holistic healers. They taught us how to prepare our food. They didn't tell us that, you know, they stole the information from black scientists.
Yeah.
Like Sir Jagat Chandra Bose was the black scientist that Einstein and all those people stole from. And what he did was he proved that plants behaved like animals. So if you was to slaughter a cow and that insulin or whatever goes into the cow's bloodstream, he proved that happens with the plants when you cut the plants. But because they knew that they couldn't make any money if people understood that, they kind of just hid the information. J.P. Morgan was real notorious for that.
Yeah.
Well, look, before we go any further, because it's a lot of questions, we got a lot of information. I want you to tell everybody what your background is, so they should know why they should listen to you.
Well, I'm just a regular country boy from Mississippi, man. You know, by way of New Orleans. My mama sent me from Mississippi to New Orleans, and New Orleans raised me. But I got all of my wisdom on, you know, food and food health from my grandmother. You know, just being around the old folks, understanding how food is prepared, how to, you know, keep the family healthy. You know, when you live in a family in Mississippi, we had like 16 people in the house.
Wow.
So at any point, you will have a job to do. And, you know, you got to make that food stretch. So nothing went to waste. You got to make sure you take care of everybody. You got to make sure everything, you know, is in place. And but most of my food science I got from my grandmother, but most of my fitness, health, and wellness was trial and error and books.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
So, I saw online that basically, in so many words, that you were saying that veganism isn't. I don't want to misconstrue your words, but you were saying along the lines of that it's not for black people and black bodies.
That's not necessarily the case. Okay. It is a very good thing, and I look at it as a very good tool to get well if you're sick. Okay. Now, all of our food is adulterated, and this is probably the biggest bait and switch these people have ever pulled on us because they're running out of tricks. So what happens is they adulterate the meat. The meat gives you disease. So you have this wave of people that turns to vegan vegetarianism based on the information that we get from our black healers. They tell you you have to stop eating these things that they put into your food in order to get well. Well, what they do is they go in and they GMO the plants. Mm-hmm. They change the biology of the plants. So now they understand that you have to have animal proteins in order to chelate, pull certain things out of the body. But guess what? You don't eat meat. So if I decide to put a swine flu or a bird flu in the area, you don't have the genetic structure or the genetic makeup because you haven't consumed anything over years to fight off that. You see, so it's kind of like if at any point I want to put something to poison the community, regardless of race. See, people keep putting a race thing on this. These people don't care about race. They care about results. So if I put something in a community that I want to kill off a bunch of people, I know this group, this demographic of people who don't eat meat have the weakest immune system against this particular thing. So it's kind of like over the years they've baited and switched us. You know, they know you're the, you know, that physically that you're the most adaptive creature on the planet. So they know they only got one generation to get it done. And that's what they're doing. So they've already created this cult-like following to get an entire generation of people. And as you can see, as our youth, they're getting more and more away from the original people. See, our youth is a lot different than us. You know, we had OGs that could pull us aside and be like, look, don't do it like this. And we could really take them to heart and be like, okay, cool, let me figure out another way. But because the chemical makeup, because of what they're doing to the food, even the baby food, they grow up and they have no regard or how to comprehend those types of things. So you could go to a young boy and say, look, bro, don't do it like that. Do it like this. Oh, bro, he don't want to hear that. He don't want to hear none of that. And it ain't got nothing to do with how he is. It's what he's been fed.
Yeah.
It's what he's been fed. They can't comprehend. It ain't like they can't get it. You like, dog, I don't understand why they can't get it.
Yeah.
But it ain't their fault. You see what I'm saying? And we hold them to a standard that they can't live up to.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They cannot live up to the standard that we hold them up to because it's not their fault. It's all in the food. Yeah. It's all in how they feed them.
Growing up, it never was these, you know, these labels. It wasn't GMO type things. Like, bruh, we ate. You know what I'm saying? We made everything stretch.
Yeah.
We eating. I don't care what it was. Like,
everybody eating.
We was good.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Then you see the white women get the booties.
Yeah.
Then you're like, yo, something in the chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay. Then you got on the pack, it's non-GMO. Now you see, I've never seen in the 90s, bro. In the 80s, bro, I've never seen non-GMO on a package, bro. Like, now they got it on there. You know? It's like, it's crazy, bro.
The way the FDA and the way the people that govern food, their hands are kind of tied, you see, because the lobbyists and the people that make the money, they have all the power. And, you know, we could cut it and call it whatever we want, but money runs this capitalist society. So whenever they lobby for these different types of laws, they don't lobby to not tell you what you're eating. They just lobby to say it's non-GMO based on a standard. Okay, well, what's non-GMO? Let's look at it like this, okay? Yeah. Non-GMO, we'll say this is non-GMO, no hormone beef, okay? Or we'll say this is non-GMO turnip greens. Well, here's how they get around it. They'll feed the cow GMO soybean, the number one GMO crop in the country. They'll feed the cow GMO soy. The cow poop will be used as fertilizer for the greens. So now it's still organic, but it's a GMO green. All the nutrition that went into that green is GMO. So now it's manipulating your molecular structure, creating disease, and you don't even know. You're thinking you're doing the right thing. That's why I say it's a great tool, but you have to find different ways to have a mechanism to defend yourself against things. So if you do make a mistake, you know how to fight, ward it off or fight it off.
Another one of the things that you said that I thought was interesting, and it's actually interesting because when I first started this year off, I said that I was going to lose weight. That was my goal, right? So I went and bought me a Blendtec blender.
Yeah.
I think you knew where I was going to go with. I bought me a Blendtec blender. And, I looked up recipes online. I bought my stuff organic. And, I did my thing and the weight started to come off. You know what I'm saying? But you said on your page that people who drink smoothies just got green poop. Okay. Can you explain what you meant by that?
Okay, here's what I mean. Okay, so in order to heal, they tell you have to stop eating or choose the quickest way to get nutrition in and nutrition out, or the bad stuff out. Okay, you have people that are habitual smoothie drinkers. Okay, and what happens is over time, those smoothies go through you so fast that you don't assimilate none of them nutrients. It takes 10 days for nutrients to be recognized by the liver. So if you're drinking 3, 4, 5 smoothies, you're stressing out your system to the point to where you're going to dehydrate yourself, because water is pulled into the body via the colon. But if the smoothie gets from your mouth to the colon in 10 minutes, you can't assimilate nothing in the small intestine. Which is where all your minerals and vitamins and all your nutrition is absorbed by the body. You see, so what I tell people is I say put something in there to slow it down. Even if you had to add kale, even if you have to add psyllium husk, you add some sort of fiber to slow it down, to keep you fuller longer. Like I would tell people, put extra bananas in their smoothies to make it thicker.
So if that's the case, then the juice is even worse then.
Yeah, because what happens is the juice, whenever you hear green juice, think minerals. See, everybody's hung up on chlorophyll. See, you think minerals, but they're vitamins that you're deficient in first. So all the vitamins require the minerals. There's a balance. But if you're deficient in a vitamin that the body needs to use right now, and you're putting in minerals that takes 10 days to even get to the liver to be utilized, then you're putting yourself in an even worse position than you were before. You see, so whenever you do things like that, you have to use foods that have the whole array, like the sea moss. That's why sea moss is so valuable.
I asked you about that. Yeah.
It has the minerals, but it has them in balance, and it doesn't require a whole bunch of processing by the body. The liver can, and the small intestine, and the pancreas, the gallbladder, and everything can utilize it, pretty quickly. But you have to add certain things to it, like you have to add a sugar. You have to add a cinnamon, because you don't want the sugar to spike your insulin so far that you start feeling high and then you crash. The cinnamon is going to slow down that crash.
It's like energy drinks.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what energy drinks does. The caffeine will jack you up, the sugar have you up there for a second, but then you come down. That's because you don't have nothing to slow it down.
Yeah. Okay.
So, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I want to ask about the 1800, but I want to.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that.
I solved that riddle today.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
I think, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
That was okay.
Yeah.
How did you get to this point where you at right now? I'm assuming that you went vegan. You did it all. Like,
yeah.
How did you get to this point
yeah.
right here? Tell people how you started and then how you got to this point where you're now.
So as a performance athlete, people say it's not necessary, but it's absolutely necessary for you to have animal protein. It's absolutely necessary in order for you to have longevity and in a contact sport, because animal protein is so easier for the muscles to utilize as energy. Okay, so when I stopped playing football, I gained probably about 60 pounds. I went from 200 to 260 to see exactly what it would take for me to get healthy. I struggled with animal protein. I struggled eating the regular food, so I had to go semi-vegan vegetarian. I had to go to sort of a vegetarian diet. I won't say it was 100%, but it was close. It was pretty close, and the weight came off. But the things that required me to live a happy life were out of balance, meaning not necessarily my temperament, but there were certain things that would irritate me that I really had, that never really irritated me before. My patience with people became less, and it had everything to do with nutrition. Didn't have anything to do with the vegan diet or the vegetarian diet. It had everything to do with nutrition, and that's when I started researching the food. They weren't putting in the food what we needed to be who we want to be. You see what I'm saying? So, and the only way that you can get that is via animal protein, and they know it. They know that you can't get a combination of the B complex vitamin no other way. Depression, schizophrenic, mental disease is a hot topic right now. It can be solved with B vitamins.
That's crazy. And
they know you can't solve it with just vegetables and fruits. In any combination, because B vitamins are made from organisms. But if I give you a GMO soy based turnip green that's organic with a structure that's already in there to manipulate your DNA, then you can never get 100% healthy. Yeah. You can try, you can do all the things right, and you'll still be off just a little bit. That's why it's like, whenever I say, okay, eat a little bit, if it's once a month, your colon and your small intestine have enough time to take what it can, pull it in, put it in the liver use what it has and store it. Just like vitamin D. They tell you, we vitamin D deficient. Vitamin D have a 10-week half-life. It's designed for you to get your D in the summer to last you through the winter. The liver stores it. But you got people put 10,000 IUs of D in them every day. because the doctor said they're vitamin D deficient and it wards off cancer. 15 minutes a day for the summer will carry you through the whole winter and the fall.
Yeah, you drink the hell.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I heard killing myself for that shit too.
So now I take a multivitamin every day. The gummy joint, Centrums.
Yeah.
He said, they got me.
I gotta be specific, bro. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Centrum, by the way, because I know what they do.
Man, come on, bro. I just bought these joints.
Oh man,
Golly, he about to ruin my week. But listen, I never used to take any type of vitamins, bro. None of that type of stuff. And you know, wifey got me together, eating right. Yeah. Good. I think we eating right. Shit. Got me on the vitamins and all that.
That's a good thing, man.
But been taking them. You know what I'm saying? Am I overdoing it with the? You know what I mean? Because it has so many. You know what I'm saying? So many vitamins in there.
Here's my thing with Centrum. Centrum uses aluminum. Aluminum causes brain problems.
Oh shit, man!
Okay.
I got to throw everything out. Baby.
So, okay, one of the things that I point out with anybody that I deal with is I ask them about the supplements and see what the supplements have in it to see what we can do to take it out.
Yeah.
Now you can always take it out. And just to put it in perspective, Mellow Yellow, Mountain Dew, any kind of yellow number 5 is an aluminum. Okay, that's with any food. If it has yellow number 5 in it, it's aluminum, and you're probably going to develop Alzheimer's if you continue to use it. Okay,
it's in all the
because it chelates in the brain. It stays in the brain. You can't get it out. So you will have to go to the herbs. See, this is where the Dr. Sabis and Dr. Laila Africas and all of our healers, they understood the herbs. So this is where the herbs come into play, because these herbs work with the body. People try to use the herbs as a crutch, but they work with the body. They can't be used as a crutch. The body's going to always come back to homeostasis. So you go to the herbs to help pull those aluminums out, to help clear your mind, to help clear your eyes, to help clear out your entire system. You know, so there's ways to get it out. It just takes a little bit of time. And the only thing you can do is make a better decision the next time. That's it. You know, I don't condone throwing away nothing, bro. You know, because we come from nothing. You heard me? So I don't condone throwing away nothing. Use what you got, and let's see what we can do to get the bad stuff out while you got it. Yeah. That way you can make a better decision the next time.
I was looking up. My bad.
It's all good.
I was looking up Dr. Sabi, and he was talking about burdock root.
Oh yeah, man.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, man. Burdock is should be a staple in every man's household because it helps with so much of our physiology, bro.
What's the best form?
It really doesn't matter. I personally, when people are chronic with anything, I try to go get as close to liquid as I can. Okay. If they just want some sort of maintenance, we will powder it or use it in a smoothie or dry it or something like that. But if you have a problem or you need something done right away, I will make a tea or a tincture out of it. Because
I looked it up. They had a burdock root alcohol.
It's a tincture. Yeah, listen, that's made to sell. Okay, so one of the things that I realized when I got into this health and wellness thing was the fitness industry. I was in it before it became the wave. You see, I was in it in 98, 97. You know, when I was in college and ACE gave everybody certified personal training certificates just for being health majors. So you only had to pay $160 to get certified. So this was before the wave. This was before exercise science. So whenever they put something on the shelf, it's to sell. It's not to help.
Exactly.
It's not to help. So the little tincture bars they give you and say, I'll take 3 of these a day. You got to take a teaspoon 5 times a day to get any results. So guess what? You got to buy 5 or 6. So that's why I teach people how to make their own. You go get this herb and I'll show you how to make your own.
Yeah. What's up, man?
So what does a typical day in terms of your diet? What do you eat on a daily basis?
Okay, it just depends on my rotation. Okay, so we're going on vacation here soon. So for the next 14 days, this is what my diet is going to be. It's going to be a liquid morning smoothie. Typically I get up around 4 o'clock in the morning every day. And
excuse me, come again?
I don't eat anything. I drink 8 ounces of water with lemon and salt. Put the salt in the water, put your lemon in the water, Put your water in, and you drink that. What that does is that turn the kidneys on. Turns on the liver, turns on the gallbladder, turns the kidneys on, and everything. Get you moving. It's like the fire.
Teaspoon,
Nah, maybe like a pinch quarter. Yeah, just
trying to take me out, huh?
Yeah. So what that does is that's just going to get you moving, and that's what all you want to do is get moving. Then about 30 minutes after that, I'll drink another bottle of water. Okay, that's what's going to sustain your hydration for the day. That's going to set the day. Now, if let's say I want to lose 20 pounds. If I lose 20 pounds, that'll put me at about 215. I'll take 21 almonds soaked to get the stuff out. Because 21 times 10 is 210. That's my goal weight. So for wherever you want to weigh, you take for each almond is 10 pounds. So what that's going to do is that's going to set your stomach acid for the rest of the day. So you won't get hungry in between meals.
It's crazy, cuz.
You see, you gotta know the tricks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So because almonds have this thing that deal with the brain, and if you don't soak them, it'll mess you up. But if you soak them and get the bad stuff out, it helps. Turn off that hunger in the brain. So I'll drink a smoothie. It'll be liquid, probably roughly. I get up around 4. It'll probably be around 8. Give yourself 8 hours to get the liver and everything, get the carbon out of the liver. So I have a liquid smoothie, roughly around 8 or 9. I won't eat anything solid until about 5. Okay, so if you get hungry between 9 and 5, you make 2 smoothies. But they gotta be thick. They can't be runny at all. You gotta be able to eat them like ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Almost like you can eat it with a spoon. Because that way, the saliva in the mouth will tag the food for use, and it'll slow it down. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people they don't chew their food, or they just swallow. So the body says, I don't know what this is, and just send it through. And they might have the runs, or they might have loose stools and stuff like that. Is because the body's not recognizing it. That's important. That's very important. Then I eat whatever I want at night.
He said at night.
Man.
And see, they tell you just the opposite. Don't eat nothing after 8. Mm-hmm. Don't eat nothing. I eat whatever I want.
Kitchen closed.
And I lose like 20 pounds in like 3 weeks, man. Like nothing. No exercise, mind you.
But I don't want to lose no weight though.
Okay, so if you want to gain, okay. So let's just say if you 175 and you want to be 195, eat 19 almonds first thing in the morning after you have your water. Soak them. Just buy your 2-pound bag of almonds. That'll set your stomach acid, so you'll be a little bit hungrier. So you're gonna have to get the calories in.
So you just soak it in regular water?
Yeah, I prefer distilled water or spring water.
I'll drink distilled water.
You see what I'm saying?
How do you?
Because
It's all good.
Almonds are just like anything else. It has a defense mechanism. Everything on earth has a defense mechanism. Everybody got it. When somebody jumped, that it hit, it's a defense mechanism. Almonds the same way. When you soak them, that acid that inhibits brain cells or neurons in the brain, it comes out. It's like a little milky white poison that if you drink it'll kind of mess you up. It comes out of the almond, and once you get that out, you can eat the almond regular. The whole thing.
I've been smacking almonds, cuz. I'm straight out.
That's why you feel like kind of if you eat too many.
I stopped drinking coffee, bro, because I get groggy, man. You know what I mean? A couple hours after, like it.
The greatest secret on coffee, man. I looked a long time for this. Yeah. I looked a long time. Okay, if you add raw cocoa and maple syrup to coffee, it'll take all of the buzz off of it and give you all of the magnesium and the minerals you need for the morning. Now. It comes with a caveat. If you are compromised, you're gonna go to the restroom the first couple of times. So if you got anything compromised down there, once that magnesium get in, you're gonna go to the restroom. But once you get good, bro, because we all magnesium deficient. There's no magnesium in our food. They tell you, it's in the greens. None. I got the FDA whole sheet on how they do their food. None. Not since early 2000s.
That's deep.
So, with all of the pesticides and everything like that, like what's the best way to clean your vegetables and
you gotta cook the food. Whenever somebody tell me they raw, I just cringe because I know anything that's raw spells estrogen. Estrogen spells cancer. It's that simple. Anytime you eat anything, even if you put hot water on it, you cannot get these pesticides off. See, I'm from the country. I know. We spray them. And you gotta cook the food. You gotta cook the food. You gotta cook. When you wash, when I see places and they don't cook their food, I don't eat there.
What about fruit?
The same. Fruit is a little different. You just have to peel off fruit. Like, okay, there are certain fruits that they will not GMO. There's certain fruits they won't GMO. But there are certain fruits that they have to GMO in order, like apples and bananas, they have to GMO those fruits. They have to hybridize those fruits in order to reach the masses. If you get a fruit that's hybrid, the seed, it don't look right, it looks distorted, you peel the skin off and eat the insides. Don't eat the seeds. Because they used to tell you eat the seeds, got a little bit of cyanide to kill whatever cancer's in you. Can't do that no more. That's done. If you don't know where the heirloom seeds come from, don't do it. Just eat the meat. Just eat the meat of the fruit. You know, so and with lemons and limes, grapefruits, things like that, you just peel the zest off and eat the whole fruit. Women should always eat lemons whole because it kills breast cancer.
I had a coworker.
Lemons whole.
Yeah, I had a coworker.
Yeah, it's tough, bro. It's tough.
Tangy face ass.
Yeah, like so if you feeling like any female that's feeling lumps or anything like that, cut the aluminum deodorant out and eat lemons whole in the morning. You can even warm them up, like put them in some hot water, warm them up, and eat them whole.
Aluminum deodorant.
Oh man, almost every brand of deodorant has aluminum in it, unless it says it don't. Yeah. Everything on the shelf got aluminum, unless it says on there no aluminum. And aluminum clogs up the pores. That's the antiperspirant. That's what keeps them from sweating. But what happens is it clogs up that lymph node under there. Yeah. So that node can't get rid of the ash and trash that's in the bloodstream. Yeah. Builds up, sits right behind that.
My shit popping right now, so my body trying to. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got my shit hurting right now, so my body getting rid of something, bro.
Yeah.
Like I can feel it, like real spill.
You trying to get rid of it, you know?
No, for real. Straight up. My shit was swole over here. Yeah. My armpit. I'm like, my body fighting something. You know what I mean? I don't know what it was.
I've been there, bro. I've been there, man. My whole neck swole up and everything. Bro. Like, what's going on, man?
He said you had the Bell's palsy,
man.
Right?
That was crazy. When I was in college, I got an ear infection. You know, playing football, the grass get in your ear. I got an ear infection. I thought it was just a regular ear infection. I'm trying to be all hard country, you know. And the ear infection got worse. So the trainer, he cleaned my ear out, but my ear turned really red. And we all got vaccinated. So this is my problem with vaccinations, and that's a whole nother discussion. We all got vaccinated, so we all got the chicken pox shot. That's herpes. We the only ones that get it. They don't give it to no other culture other than African Americans.
Preach.
Okay. So we all got it. If my ear gets infected, and what happens is the herpes virus sits in two places in the black man. It sits behind his ear and in his lower spine. That's where it sits. That's where it sits dormant, waiting for the perfect time. Well, I got an ear infection so bad that it woke that virus up and it attacked the nerve, twisted me up. I was paralyzed on one side of my face. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't smell anything. I had to close my mouth with my hand. I couldn't hear. My whole face was paralyzed. And they gave me some steroids to keep the muscles from atrophy. But I had to fix it with DSMO, which they'll never tell you what that is, and that's from pine trees. I had to learn that from my granny, you know. So they gave me some steroids. You know, I got a couple of things from the backwoods. You know, my granny took care of me, and it came back around. But yeah, man.
Old people be knowing everything.
Man, I see you with that pine pollen, boy. I seen it.
Listen,
I don't know what it is.
Check this out, man.
I seen it.
I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. I had to go to the doctor, right, and get a shot. And I ain't did a shot in 22 years, man.
I'm a punk, bro.
I don't do shots either. So this year was the first year I bought the pine pollen and didn't use it because I wanted to. Like I said, I do trial and error. I don't want to tell you something that I ain't did myself. So I didn't use the pine pollen. It's still brand new. I got like 6 good big old packs. I give everybody pine pollen. I don't use it myself. Clogged up every other week. Pine pollen is like an immunity shot. You use the pine pollen in the winter. See, I got this year's for this winter. You use it in the winter and you build up an immunity for all of the allergies during the allergy season. You don't have any allergies. Oh. You build that up in the winter. See, the body works in, okay, you get all the vitamin D, which supports your immune system in the summer. Okay, you use whatever ails you in the spring and the winter, and you build an immunity for it. And then when the spring comes around, you be good.
That's what's up. That's deep, bro. That's deeper than well water on my mama's side.
Bro.
So do you still eat any like fast food in restaurants?
Every day, bro. Nah, about twice a week. Every day, about twice a week, man. Here's the thing, bro. I try to stay away from the restaurants that I know blatantly sell bad food. McDonald's. Like I would eat at oh man, McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A solid though.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay, I'm okay.
Don't do me
Okay, so
Chick-fil-A first.
I'm still going. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. I'm chill out on shit.
Ruin that shit.
All right, so here's the thing with Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has MSG on every one of their products that tells you that you cannot stop eating meat.
Yeah, MSG is bad though.
That's why that shit's so fire.
That's why it's so fire.
Listen,
it's a neurotoxin, bro. It's a neurotoxin. It shuts down parts of the brain, man.
Everything you love, MSG. All y'all.
MSG. Right. MSG. Yeah, man. People argue me down. I say just because they put monosodium glutamate, blah, 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 it's still MSG.
It's MSG.
My mama used to cook with
that shit straight to the brain.
I cook with sunflower.
Fire. We on it. It's in all y'all chips. Yeah. It's love. That shit fire. That's why I know if I love it. It's probably the biggest drug in America. Bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What do you say to somebody who, know that they live in a bad lifestyle in terms of their food, but want to change? What's the first thing that you tell them that they need to do?
Drink more water. Get more sleep. Drink more water. Get more sleep and use the bathroom as much as you can. Okay, we know based on science and black autopsies, even people that got shot in drive-bys, everybody is constipated. Yeah. The cat you saw that just got killed on the news, when they do his autopsy, they're going to say it's colon packed. Get more sleep, drink more water, and use the bathroom. If you're not doing it, and all three of them go together, if you're not drinking water, you can't use the bathroom. If you can't use the bathroom, you definitely not getting no good sleep because you're poisoning yourself all night.
Right. I feel
you see? Poison's leaking the colon while you're sleeping. Poison's from the colon leaking to the bloodstream while you're sleeping. That's when you're defenseless. That's when the body starts to try and heal, so digestion shuts down. So here you dehydrated, impacted, and poison is just leaking into the body, man.
I had to change my life, bro.
How much water do you suggest? I know it varies, but
yeah. I would tell people just start off with half your body weight to get as close as you can in ounces. Okay, so if I'm 220, I will drink about 110 ounces of water. I will at least try. But here's the key: the first glass got to have salt in it because the kidneys are sodium pumps. And if you're dehydrated, the kidneys are shutting down, and your blood pressure is going up. That's where hypertension comes from. Almost everybody who got high blood pressure got kidney problems. 100% guaranteed. That's not even an argument. Kidneys regulate blood pressure. Heart don't. The heart just pumps. That's all it does. The kidneys regulate that pressure. That's why those two big, that artery and that vein come out that heart. It goes right to those kidneys because they regulate the pressure. When those kidneys are bad, bro, your pressure is bad. Yeah, so, and if you dehydrated and those kidneys ain't got no sodium and no potassium, that makes it even worse.
Right.
It makes hard. That blood slow down and your blood pressure goes up because that heart is steady pumping, but ain't nothing getting through.
Dang.
So, do you feel like there's a natural way to reverse diabetes?
Absolutely. Unless you type 1, you can fix diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle disease. That's where the cinnamon comes in. Cinnamon, you have to find there are herbs out there, and whenever people say I got type 2 diabetes or my pancreas is not working, that's what they saying to me. My pancreas is not working properly. I know that selenium and vanadium and chromium are extremely deficient since childhood when people say that my pancreas is not working, because vanadium acts like insulin. When insulin is not present, vanadium acts like insulin. Chromium, which and the reason why people go blind when they get diabetes is because the most concentrated part of chromium is in the eye. So you need the mineral chromium in order to help usher that in. You know, because insulin is just needs the key. It's just the key for sugar to go in. It's just energy. But once the body diabetes is just when the body stops accepting it. The cells say, look, man, your boy, you brought him to the club last week, man, you tore the whole place up. Now, you cool, but your man can't come in. Sugar. Can't have sugar and insulin, you cool, but nah, so you become insulin resistant. Yeah. You see? And you got and that's how I try to put it. I try to put it in terms of that we can relate. So when you doing positive thinking, you can kind of put yourself in a position and would say, damn, you know, I can't take my man with me because he's going to tear the whole place up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sending this to my mama tomorrow, bro. Man. Because my mom, she has diabetes.
My grandmother diabetes, man. We got on the watermelon and everything, but, you know, old folks, she's like, I got it under control, baby, you know? So I'm like, all right.
You know what they going to say?
Yeah.
All day long.
I ain't with all that.
Smile with them.
I ain't with all that health stuff.
Yeah. Moms be trying, baby, you know. She cooked, bro. She cooked. She from Arkansas.
She from the Rock. I went to school in Conway.
She cooked, bro.
Yeah, she from the Rock. Yeah, she do her thing, bro.
So, my man Zeus got a question.
Yeah.
Now I had a question about the water. For one, what's the best water that I guess you can drink?
Spring water. Spring water, 100%.
So distilled?
No, alkaline water is gonna make you sick. Here's the thing. Here's how alkaline water works. Okay, the body's just above neutral, 7.25, something like that, right? Spring water is just below neutral, little acidic, most of the time neutral to alkaline. Okay, but it's natural. Alkaline water is a processed water, and distilled water is a processed water. Distilled water is a pulling water. That's why people only use distilled water when they are adding something to the water or when they're doing a fast, because it pulls toxins out. But not only does it pull toxins out, it pulls minerals out, pull everything out. You see, and I do things differently. I will add a charcoal to a spring water before I use just a distilled water for pulling something out. You know, because you have to do things a certain way in the gut. Okay, spring water is going to be your best way to go because it has natural salts in it, and the kidneys need salts. You see, if you use alkaline water, here's the thing on alkaline water. I've been preaching this since it came out. It is a get rich quick thing. Alkaline water goes into an acid box. It creates a problem for that acid box, which is the stomach. The stomach has to be at a 3 pH. It has to be able to digest nails, okay? That alkaline water goes into the body and creates a problem because the body tries to stay neutral. And what happens is the body has to pull calcium out the bones to try and balance the pH. Puts an extra stress on the kidneys, and now you kicking all this water in the kidneys. You're using the restroom all the time, and you don't know why. Well, I'm drinking water, but I'm using the restroom because you don't have the natural salts that are designed for the kidneys to be able to use. Kidneys are sodium pumps. They need sodium. They need those salts. It needs potassium. It needs magnesium. It needs certain salts in order to be able to function properly. So when you put a 9 pH water in the body and then try to eat, especially when you eat, if you eat, you're absolutely creating such a conundrum in your gut that the body's not going to know what to do with anything, and you're going to have the runs. You see, it just doesn't know. Because here I am, I got to be acid to break down carbs, proteins, and things like that. But you putting alkalinity in me. The stomach can't function like that. You know what I'm saying? The body's like, what do I do? Spring water is going to be your best.
Just save me $2.
Spring water.
Right.
Spring water is going to be the best.
She's like, I don't.
Spring water, you buy it in the stores. You can buy it anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just spring water.
Yeah, just
spring water comes from natural springs. They
Spring.
go, they find a aqueduct or a pond or something, and they take that water and they run it through a filter. But the filter it filters out the gas, but it doesn't filter out the minerals. No,
it's not.
It's the
You
good
can get this
shit.
shit at Publix, bro. Yeah, you can get it at Publix, bro.
Yeah,
That
get
ain't
your West
spring,
Coast. They got
though,
the
is it,
one.
man? That ain't spring.
that's just purified water.
shit
See, that's
nice.
a processed water.
Yeah.
That's why you drink a bunch of water. You be like,
ain't lying about
why I
the
ain't
alkaline, 'cause
getting
when you stop drinking
hydrated?
it,
You know.
Yeah.
You can tell like,
But you know the crazy,
difference
the
and
thing is like, you know, because I've been on this weight loss journey for a while. When I started, I've been trying my best to get 1.5 gallons in because they said that's what you're supposed to have, and I promise you, like, for the most part, I'm not as hungry because you know a lot of times when we mistake that hunger, we really be dehydrated.
Dr. B, you're not hungry, you're thirsty.
Yeah,
One of the best books ever written, man.
I got it. I'm gonna pick
Yeah,
that
I
up.
heard that.
Yeah, Dr.
Yeah.
Batman Jet, man. He R.I.P. Rest in peace, man. We losing a lot of people. But yeah, you'll get hydrated real easy. Once you get hydrated, you'll lose hunger, bro.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, when I do slip up, I'm still losing weight. That's the, you know what I'm saying. And I just thought that was an amazing.
Because once
thing.
that furnace start, once your thyroid and thymus get on the same page, and your metabolism kick in, bro, it's a wonderful thing because you'll continue to shed weight without doing as much work.
And I haven't been working out the way that I should. I haven't been working out the way I should. But
Yeah, I told Lou, man, I saw him working out today, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna show y'all how to get double in less time. You know, you get double out of your workout with less time. You know, it's like most of the guys that we train are high performance guys, so and they don't have a lot of time. So we have to get them in and out of their routine as fast and as quick as possible. So, you know, the only way that you're going to be able to do that is to do explosive moves, but you ain't got to go fast. Just one explosive move. If you have to gather yourself, that's fine. See, a lot of personal trainers put these unnecessary barriers and unnecessary expectations on people. Do the move properly until we can do the move properly over and over and over.
I need that, bro, because I've been trying to gain weight and get buff for like 15 years,
Oh,
bro.
it's easy.
And to the point, I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna just be me. You know?
you know what the crazy thing about it is, like, you look at both of us, and this is gonna lead into my next question. You look at the both of us. He's way stronger than me. Like, I ain't gonna even, you know what I'm saying? I know he gonna bring it up another time.
I'm max out at 225 on the bench.
225 on the bench. Like, I probably could hit it one time. But I wanted to know, like, you know, for people who are in the gym but not noticing they're getting stronger, what do you suggest in terms of strength?
Okay. Whenever people have a plateau, there's two things. Okay, you must understand. With weight loss comes weight weakness. Okay, the ego is who we fight more than anybody. You know, we have an expectation of ourselves to be able to do this thing based on what work we're putting in. That's the ego. The first thing we do is get rid of the ego. We got to get rid of the ego and deal with the man. Okay, we understand that we are not perfect, and our eyes are. We will want to get better at what we do, whatever it is. Okay, so we get rid of the ego. You become childlike. That means I'll do what I can to make sure I get to my goal. That's what children do. They run around till they get to where they got to get to. You do the work properly. We do not give any kudos for half a rep. We do not give any extra pat on the back for an improper rep. Do the work. Don't worry about how many you get. Just do the work. Eventually, your stabilization muscles will kick in. A lot of people take for granted that you have to stabilize weight to move it. They just want to get under the weight and move it and say, okay, I can move it, but it's moving crazy. The instant you start working those stabilization muscles, that's when the weight pick up. because now those joints can support. See, people that just want to, just because I'm a big guy don't mean I can bench press a lot. I know guys that are way bigger than me. I put them on the 225 and it'll choke them out. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't have the stability to balance the weight. So we do a lot of stability work. We work on the joints. We make sure your joint integrity is there. Once the joint integrity is there, we can work the belly of the muscle. Once we get the belly of the muscle, then the weight comes, man. It's people try to they try to make this stuff so complicated, bro. But it's so simple, man. It's a simple process. Stress on the muscle destroys the muscle. The body is going to heal the muscle stronger every time.
I know that when they come to me, like, I'm strong everywhere else, but I don't bench much. Yeah. Like, I can curl, like I can put some weight up. Legs, all that.
It's all stabilization. It's all stable. That's all shoulder integrity. It's all rear delt, shoulder integrity. Because if you have good rear delts and good shoulder integrity, you can bench press anything, man. And then the thing about it then is just controlling the weight. A lot of people want to, and that's cool. But as long as you control it, you'll get the work. You got to do the work, man. Ain't no shortcuts, man. And a lot of people want to diet and not work out, and then a lot of people want to work out and not diet. I'm notorious for that.
Yeah, that's me, bro.
I went my whole career with no diet, just straight working out. Just straight working out. I was always in shape, but I ate whatever. You see, But what I learned on the back end was that I left too much on the table by doing that.
Can't really enhance that way.
You see, when I look at the athletes we train now, and I'm seeing just how great they are with both of them, kicking myself.
I could have.
Why didn't I? But when you out there and you got it, you young, the world is yours. They tell y'all, man, you lose at the mall. But now, it's so much more competitive now too. So young.
About the stuff you had told AB, made AB whatever to help them sleep better.
Okay, so a lot of people have stress, and stress reduces sleep, creates sleep apnea. If you got sleep apnea, you got high blood pressure. Period. No way around it.
Damn.
You can't sleep, you got high blood pressure. People try to figure out why I got high blood pressure. I'm eating right, you're not sleeping. When somebody say, well, I eat good, I work out, but I still have elevated blood pressure, I say, you're not sleeping. How you figure that I felt good, I slept good? How you know? Do you know if you snore? You know how many times you wake up? See, these are questions. If you ain't got a spouse, you don't know.
Yeah. I know I got sleep apnea.
You see? So if ain't nobody telling you going to the doctor and you running on this hamster wheel, don't know what's going on. So we had a few athletes that wasn't getting good sleep. One of the main things I told them to do was take an Epsom salt bath. They thought Epsom salt was just for muscles. I said, nah.
No, it's for everything.
You get in the Epsom salt bath. Once you get out and take a shower, you're gonna go to sleep.
It's a wrap.
It's the best rest you'll get. So the first thing you do, especially if you're working out all the time, is you take one Epsom salt bath a month. Then you reduce it to once a week. And once you start sleeping well and your health comes back up, then we can move to the magnesium oil. Okay, so I sent 3 bottles of magnesium oil, and his sleep came up. But during the season, bad sleep. You can fix sleep with a few ingredients. The number one ingredient is a amino acid called glutamine. Everybody call it protein, everything else. I've been taking glutamine since '96. Okay, because it's the most abundant amino acid in the muscle. It is the amino acid that feeds the small intestine. It is the amino acid that helps repair red blood cells. It is the amino acid that heals leaky gut. You see? So what you do when you add the glutamine, you add a pineapple. You add pineapple juice, glutamine, aloe vera, because aloe vera is going to soothe the inflammation, and 1800 tequila.
This guy.
1800 tequila is the only way that you can get pure agave. Agave syrup is a byproduct of the tequila industry. It is not a poison, but it is almost as bad as table sugar. Okay, so what happens is whenever they make the tequila, They triple distill it, and what's left is this mush. And that's the syrup that they put in the stores, the blue agave syrup.
Yeah.
So it's almost as bad as regular white sugar.
Yeah, it's a sweet, like a sweetener.
Right. So what you do is you take the tequila, which is the only raw agave, and agave and pineapple are root fruits. They're root fruits, grounding, night. They grow at nighttime. These are nighttime fruits. So you use them prior to going to bed. You add the glutamine, you add a tablespoon to 1,800 tablespoon of aloe vera, and some pineapple juice, get the best sleep you ever had. Then you add the magnesium. You're like, wow, what has been all my life? Just simple stuff. Stuff you pick up at the grocery store they don't tell you about, you know. But I had to go trial and error to kind of put it together, you know, because, you know, it's people that do things that are not athletic, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But I want to do things that work for everybody, whether you're athletic or not, and this works for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that aloe vera, the truth. We got a plant at the crib, man. My face was breaking out one day. Wifey was like, "Yo, go cut the plant, scrape that, put it on your face," and it was, I was Gucci after that, bro.
Yeah, I freeze.
Next day, I was
freeze it full.
You can freeze it? Yeah, straight up.
You can freeze it. Yeah, what you do is you skin it, chop it up, put it in the freezer, and just eat you a piece every now and then.
Okay, that's what's up.
Keep your.
I ain't never intook. You can eat it?
Yeah.
Intook. Is that right?
Hey, you're allowed, man.
And there you go, ingest it, bro.
Hey, I just want to put out there that my man is a Virgo too. You know what I'm saying? That just goes to show Virgos know everything.
Listen,
I'm talking about everything.
Listen, y'all cool, bro.
It's always a hater, man.
Virgo. No, I'm not. I'm Sagittarius, bro.
Hey, man, we gotta put your. I need you to put your information out there, man. Everybody needs to know where they can come to.
And y'all can follow me at _formrunner at at Instagram, and _formrunner on Twitter. Those are only two that I really use. My Facebook is for my family, so I can't have y'all all in my business. You know, I got a crazy family, man. So we got a crazy family, man.
Yeah, we ain't going nowhere. We still got a few more.
I visited New Orleans, bro, for the first time like 2 months ago.
I know you,
bro. Check me out. Listen, bro. I was on my workout joint. I was getting a little bit bigger. Niggas was in the spot. They like, yo, you working out? I'm like, yeah, nigga, yeah. I went to New Orleans, bro. I worked out one day, and after that, I hit a po' boy. I had a shrimp po' boy, and I had a catfish po' boy, and then I had some etouffee, bruh. It was a wrap.
My wife made the best etouffee.
Straight up.
Oh, she do how much she does.
He ain't playing. Hey, Steve ain't playing, bro. After that,
she Cajun too, bro. So you
straight up
get down.
We was on the streetcar. We was on the streetcar, and there was a old lady on there, man. She had to be like in her 60s, and she was like, "Well, we didn't buy any clothes. We made our clothes out of burlap sacks. We had turtle soup. We had this and that." She was like, "If I wish I would have knew y'all was coming, cause I'd have cooked y'all a meal." I'm like,
like that.
I'm like, yeah, I would have probably ate that. I'm like, cause she was talking about all type of dishes, bro. I'm like, man. Bro, the food was so fire, bro.
Yeah, the people are cool, bro. You know, people are good.
Yeah.
There's some good people down there, man. People, and, I look at it like this. I'm gonna say it like this. New Orleans, like St. Louis, y'all get a bad rap. Y'all get a bad rap, man. St. Louis is violent, yeah, but St. Louis got some good people.
Great people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And New Orleans the same way.
Yeah.
It's a violent place, but it's got a lot of good people, bro. And that Hurricane Katrina thing hurt a lot of people from New Orleans, bro.
Yeah.
Because you had a desperate people go different places and do desperate things. Yeah. And that kind of put like,
little stamp, little label on there, yeah.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. When I went for the first time for my birthday, I want to say 2 years ago, and when I tell you, it was like that's the only place besides Atlanta that I ever went to, and I was like, yo, I want to live here.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
cool,
it was the cultures, and I'm a history buff, so I took the tour. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I like it's so much of our history that intertwines with New Orleans,
Yeah,
and
man.
I guess that's why I identify with it.
You get to see a lot of the real Haitian culture down there that they really don't put out there because this country's still mad at Haiti.
Yeah,
they still mad at Haiti, so
it's on for life.
Yeah, so they don't put a lot of that energy out there because they know that type of energy will elevate us. You see, so you got to go and see that for yourself. You know what I mean? But just the people, the culture, the food, the good time. I mean, you ain't got to do nothing to have a good time.
Nothing at all, bro. It was to the point, bro, where it's like, if you didn't know Hurricane Katrina happened, bro, it wouldn't even matter because it wasn't everybody. They having fun, bro. They living their life. They eating good. They kicking back. Like
is still there, man. They just because there's a lot of people that were like they want to see that place back the way it was, just better.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Just better as far as crime wise. But when you in a city, bro, it's inevitable. Whenever you create economic problems, it's big money.
Yeah,
we know what it is. But man, it's a great place, man. Great place. I love it to death. I mean, if you really want to get some food that, it's food all over the world, man. We go everywhere.
They put their whole entire soul in it.
Man, I went to this spot called, I think it's called the Ruby Slipper. Yo, when I tell you, I'm talking about some of the best food I've ever had in my life. Bro. Like it was different.
I go there all the time, and I've been there, but I just get home cooked food.
Yeah, man.
Like I got people there.
Yeah,
you told me. You was like, bro. I said, bro, I had some fire food. He said, bro, you get a home cooked meal. I say, no. He's like,
you didn't live.
I got homeboy. My homeboy Al, the chef, man, on the oil rig, bro. When he come home, everybody like, Al, man, I need you to come cook for the family.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He burning up. Y'all coming in town. People coming in town, man. Al, cook it all, whatever you want to order. Shrimp, egg touffee, gumbo, whatever you want.
What's etouffee? I didn't get that.
Crawfish, crawfish. It's the gravy on the rice and
man, you got to make the good rice and you make the egg touffee, man.
It's like a sauce gravy
with the
gravy. Nigga, I had to.
How much you charge?
Bro, I had to.
She gonna be like, take him some.
You feel me? We went to NOLA on Bourbon Street for the po' boys. I got the Cajun fries, bro. I had the crawfish, gravy, and cheese sauce on the fries, bro. Then I got butt naked in the bro. This shit was fire,
awesome, bro.
Man.
Fire, bro.
Creative people.
Beignets was fire.
I had them in the wrong. I had them in the wrong spot. I had them in the morning call. I went to the morning call
because
the bus tour took us to the morning call.
You didn't go to the spot.
They turned me, bro. Look, I gotta go back and have them again. Morning call turned me off. I'm like, cuz these is funnel. I'm like, these is funnel cakes.
Go to Cafe Du Monde, man. Yeah. My wife don't like take me over there because I get powder everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
man.
You got to have a white tee on. You got to have a white tee on. You got to have a white tee on, bro. You can't handle black tee on. You feel me?
Well, definitely.
Straight up, man.
But yo, man, it's been very informative. It's been a lot of fun. We're gonna have to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? Tell the people one more time where they can find you.
Hey, man, y'all find me on Instagram at _Form Runner. FORMRUNNA. Early, never late.
So
what's up?
Yeah, so we gonna go ahead and get out of here. I go by the name of Big Will.
And your boy Keith Jones, Mr. Did You Know?
I'm M. Lee, Murphy Love, everybody everywhere, man.
You know what? We got time.
We got time. Did you know studies suggest that people who appear to be constantly distracted have more working memory and sharper brains? I get distracted. Excuse me? Yeah, excuse me. Come again? Come again, bro. One more post. Come on, bro. You bugging, man. Did you know a queen bee uses her stinger only to sting another queen bee?
Damn.
On my mama's side.
You telling me even female bees don't like
Or lesbians?
What you trying to say?
This guy here.
I'm saying. What you saying? They don't use their stinger. I know when I use my stinger. It's going down, baby.
All right, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in to Virgos Know Everything. We gonna get up out of here, y'all.
Most definitely.
Aye, aye.
See y'all next week.